Jake, Olivia, Sam, and Emily were the best of friends. Every weekend, they gathered in Jake's cozy living room to work on a puzzle together. It had become their favorite tradition, laughing, chatting, and watching their masterpiece come to life, one tiny piece at a time. This week, they were working on their most challenging puzzle yet, a breathtaking 1,000-piece image of a magical castle floating in the clouds. They had spent hours carefully sorting the pieces by color and edge shape. Jake, with his short brown hair and blue t-shirt, was especially good at finding the border pieces. Olivia, her long blonde ponytail bouncing as she moved, always had a keen eye for spotting where tricky pieces belonged. Sam, in his green hoodie, had a habit of leaning too close to the table in excitement, nearly knocking pieces over. And Emily, wearing her favorite yellow dress, was the most patient, carefully turning pieces in her hands until they fit just right. As the puzzle neared completion, the friends grew more excited. Only a handful of pieces were left, and the majestic castle was finally taking shape. But as Olivia reached for the final piece to place it in the center of the puzzle, she froze. Her fingers grasped at empty air. "It's missing," she said, her voice filled with disbelief. "What do you mean it's missing?" Sam asked, leaning in. "The last piece. It's gone." Olivia's eyes darted around the table. Jake quickly scanned the floor. "Maybe it fell," he suggested, crouching down to look under the table. Emily checked the puzzle box, shaking it to make sure nothing was stuck inside. "Nothing here," she sighed. At first, they searched calmly, believing the piece had just been misplaced. But as minutes passed and they still couldn't find it, frustration started to creep in. Sam stood up and put his hands on his hips. "Okay, who lost it?" Emily frowned. "Nobody lost it, Sam. It must be here somewhere." "Or maybe someone took it," Olivia said suspiciously. Jake raised an eyebrow. "Are you saying one of us hid the piece on purpose?" "I don't know, but it's strange that it's the last piece that's missing." Olivia crossed her arms. The room grew tense. The four friends, who had spent the entire evening laughing and working together, were now glaring at each other. "I didn't take it," Jake said firmly. "Neither did I," Sam added. Emily sighed, rubbing her temples. "Guys, let's not argue. We just need to keep looking." But the tension had already settled in. They started searching more aggressively. Olivia flipped over couch cushions, while Sam checked inside drawers. Jake rummaged through the bookshelf, and Emily even peeked under the rug. Their playful cat watched them curiously, its tail flicking as it perched on the couch. Minutes passed, but there was still no sign of the puzzle piece. "I don't get it," Olivia groaned. "It has to be here." Jake ran a hand through his brown hair. "Maybe we should just accept that it's gone." "But then the puzzle won't be complete," Emily said, her voice small. Sam sat down on the couch with a frustrated sigh. All that work for nothing. A heavy silence fell over them. The joy they had felt earlier was now replaced by disappointment. Then, suddenly, a small movement caught Emily's eye. "The cat!" she exclaimed, pointing at their furry companion. The others turned to look. Their cat sat proudly on the couch, batting at something small between its paws. Jake's eyes widened. "No way!" They all rushed over. Sure enough, there it was, the missing puzzle piece. The friends stared at each other for a moment, then burst into laughter. "Are you kidding me?" Sam laughed. "All this time, the cat had it?" Olivia scooped up the puzzle piece, shaking her head with a smile. I can't believe we argued over this. Emily giggled, scratching the cat behind its ears. Looks like we owe you an apology, little troublemaker. Jake clapped his hands together. All right, let's finish this puzzle the right way. They returned to the table, all traces of frustration forgotten. Olivia carefully fit the last piece into place. The puzzle was complete, and the magical castle stood in all its glory. They all cheered, admiring their finished work. You know, Jake said, grinning, this whole thing reminds me of our friendship. What do you mean? Sam asked. Well, just like a puzzle, we all play a part, Jake explained. If one of us is missing, just like that last piece, it doesn't feel complete. Emily smiled. That's true. Even when we got upset, we still came together in the end. And that's what matters, Olivia added. They all nodded, feeling closer than ever. As they sat back, admiring their work, their playful cat curled up beside them, purring contentedly. It had been a long night, but in the end, they learned that their friendship, just like their puzzle, was something worth treasuring, piece by piece.